The first time I saw Erin, she was singing backup with a band called Birch and the Tiger. And I was watching them at a very small venue on Houston Street, New York City, down in the basement. And she really stood out. I mean, she looked great, she sounded great, she had a lot of energy. And at the time, I had just started my blog, and I was thinking about putting together an all-girl band to make a video. And that's why I was interested in her. But I had to leave before they finished their show, so I didn't get to talk to her until a couple of weeks later. And by then, the all-girl band idea was defunct. It was just too difficult to put all the pieces together. But she was still in college. She was managing a pizza place, and she was getting her band started, and we remained in contact. We became friends. We did some shows together. We did some videos together. And I've watched her grow. And here we are, more than 10 years later, still friends, still working together.
Erin Pellnat, a.k.a. Erroneous, how are you? It's been 3 years since we shot a video in this room.
That's right, it was right in there.
And we're here to find out what you've been doing for 3 years.
Sounds good.
And I just want to mention a text that you sent out on November 21st. Mm-hmm. And you said, "Hello, good afternoon. Just a friendly reminder that nobody is one thing. Delegate your contentment to a few different parts of yourself so the lows are easier to take."
Yeah.
That tells me you made some changes.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
Erin.
Yeah.
Do you remember how we met?
Yeah. I was backups in Zenobia's band, Birch and the Tiger.
Her name. I couldn't
That's
think
what
of it.
Yeah, Zenobia. And I was doing backups, and I think you came to see us because of Noah. I believe he's a mutual friend.
Well, yeah, both her and Zenobia.
Okay, I didn't know.
But I didn't meet you that night.
No, I think you just saw me perform.
I had to leave before you were done.
Yes.
And it took me a couple of weeks to track you down.
Yes.
They say all good relationships have an odd way of meeting or a spontaneous way of meeting, and that's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then you came to see me, I think, was the next one.
Yeah, I came to see you with Greta was the first time. Remember, you were someplace down in Little Italy, I think it was. Greta was in town. It was somebody's birthday. Was it your birthday?
Maybe.
You had a birthday hat on.
Oh my God, yes. Yes, I was playing in my first band ever, Gene Fight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the first time I saw you
10 years
live.
ago.
Yeah, this is the first show we ever did together. I asked her to be part of a show with Clara LaFaro, Beulah Berry, the extended family, Greta Panettiere, all women who have been in the business for a while and polished acts and really had their stuff together. And she was like, just out of college, this was her first band. And she said, "Pete, do you think I really fit in?" And she was worried about what it was going to look like and how she was going to do. And I said, "Don't worry about it. Just come down and do your act." And she said, "Well, I don't know how many people I'm going to bring in, and that doesn't matter. You're going to be part of the group. Come on down." And all the women loved her. And to this day, they tell me how much they love her and her stage presence. She did a great job. It was the first time we ever worked. This was, I think it was 2014 at the bitter end. Okay, so based on the opening statement that I read to you, I can tell you've made some changes in your life about a year and a half ago. And your album, I mean, when you sent me the album, I put it on the air, and I hadn't listened to it.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know what it was, holidays or something. And then I listened to the album, and I said, "Oh my God, she's telling that story about how she changed her life." I mean, word for word.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah. I mean, you know, I had been in bands my whole life up until that point, and what's the word? I would call myself a pushover, maybe a little bit. They would be my songs, but I would take into account everybody's opinion and give everybody's opinion equal weight. And that is how it should work in a band, I think. I don't think I ever quite completely figured it out, but it didn't work. It did not work because then the vision gets lost. When there's too many people with opinions and, you know, voices, I mean, just the vision of what I was trying to do was gone. And eventually I just kind of had to try doing it for myself, because also when you're in a band, everything is 10,000 times slower. And I just was writing and ready to move and let's go, let's go, let's go. And getting 5 people or 6 people or however many in a room is one of the hardest things in the world to do, especially in New York City, and especially when everybody is trying to chase their own thing. So I don't know, I just like switched it up and did my own thing.
That's one thing I got from the album, but the other thing was relationships.
Oh boy.
You know, what's that one line you said, you know, make room for me, if not, I'm on my way, or, you know, do it either way.
Yeah, I think it was probably go through with it where you're out of time, you know, just trying to, relationships, relationships have always been a real tricky thing for me. It's also like, it's the hardest and like the most important thing to me out of all of my things. I don't know. I mean, everything. That's, okay, and then it brings back to the quote, which is that like, I have so many feelings and they're almost all like love related. And so if I find myself not delegating my feelings and my talents and my loves and my energies to different things, then I point it all at one person and they end up having to deal with every emotion that I have, and no human can withstand this because I can't withstand this. So I had to find, I mean, the truth is I should have done this no matter what, but it was definitely fueled by the fact that no one person can take all the shit that I have pointed at a gun at their face and like, hey. So if I could put my anger toward pole dancing, which is something I took up, which is like super masochistic and great, and I love it. And then like all my other feelings into skydiving, which is something else that I took up, and then, you know, put all of my straight up love, like, you know, love and emotions and all that stuff into music, then I stand a chance of not driving somebody fucking crazy.
I'm impressed that you realized all of that at a young age. I mean,
am I young? Because I felt late.
No.
I mean, I'm 30,
I know people
but
in their 40s and 50s who can't get over what you're just telling me. They don't realize what's going on. Yeah. So.
Wow. Okay,
yeah,
it makes me feel better.
The,
No, it was great.
The skydiving.
I'm happy. I'm so happy now.
And you got some new music coming?
Oh my God. Yes. I'm really excited about it. I just finished my second album. It's going to be called I Gave Up. But the full sentence is, I gave up and you came up. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. It's going to be, I mean, album, EP, it's 5 tracks, but that's, to me, putting out 5 tracks at a time is perfect, because then you don't get so far ahead that the music that you're putting out is no longer a part of you. You get like just enough that like I still support this and think this and I still like it and want to promote it, you know, without having to. And it's, I don't know, the more music there is, the more money it costs, and just a little bit at a time is about all I can do. It's a complete thought though, I promise.
So, the new music.
Yeah.
Is it ready? You got something you can show us?
It's ready. I mean, I shouldn't say it's ready. It needs to be mixed and mastered, but it's ready. It's written and it's done and it's just in the final stages.
You got a sample for us?
Yeah, I can sing a little piece of a song. Sure. This one's called 410, and that is a hotel room number, and that is all I will say. Okay. I'm falling down and I can hear the echoes of the ground. and hopefully just go round. Oh, what a dilemma. Maybe if I close my eyes, I won't feel. You should have said no. Why did you let me in? I don't belong here.
Cool. Awesome.
Thank you. Thanks, Pete.
Skydiving, I understand that's a release, but how the fuck did you ever decide to jump out of an airplane?
I mean, look, I always wanted to do it. Since I was a kid, I remember like that it was always just like a thing that I wanted to do. And I had asked several people in my life like to do it with me, and nobody wanted to do it. And I, for some reason, felt like I should at least have somebody with me who I knew. And so one of my friends, actually the person who introduced me to pole, her name is Gabriella. She is a stripper, and so a bunch of her stripper friends were going skydiving because one of them, Marley, who's a great friend of mine now too, is a straight up skydiver. Like she has like 900 jumps or something crazy like this. And she was going for her birthday, and she was like, "Hey, will you come with me?" And I was like, "Okay." And so I finally did it for the first time.
Were you scared?
Of course. I mean, but my want to do it far outweighed my fear. So I just, the worst part of it is the plane ride. It's like 15 minutes to get up to altitude, which is 13,500 feet. And the whole time you just want to back out. You just don't want to do it.
Back in the 70s, me and a couple of people went to do it in New Jersey.
Yeah.
At the place, Lakeland, I think it is, where the
Sussex?
The Zeppelin crashed in 1930.
Oh.
The Hindenburg.
Oh my God.
But it started to pour, and we got rained out and down. I never.
Yeah,
tried
weather's
again.
a big part of
Just
it.
like
Yeah.
you said, on the way there to drive.
Oh my God.
It was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start to, your life just like flashes for you. But now I only have 30 free jumps. I still have very low jump numbers, but it took me about 19 jumps to get rid of that fear.
The thing that I notice about it is you are dead serious about this.
Oh, I love it.
You want to be the best. You want to show all those guys, I'm here, bitch. I can do this. I
really
got
love
this
it.
covered.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. See, but that just goes to show, like, I take everything so fucking seriously. It's so obnoxious.
Yeah.
Like, to me. So, like, that's how I am with love, too. So, like, if I put it towards something else, it's because it has to go there, or else it's going to go somewhere else that can't be handled. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah. So, are you an instructor yet? Did you make that?
Hell no.
No?
That takes, like, oh my God, years. People have, like, hundreds and thousands of jumps. Like, people are... No, I'm a rookie.
How do you compare skydiving with being on stage? Any comparison at all?
I mean, I think it definitely takes a certain type of person to do this all the time, willingly, on purpose. And that person tends to be, with all the skydivers I've met, I can say that we're all kind of fucking crazy.
I saw...
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Well, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me.